know how to mute?
I could probably. Oh man, that's a good one.
Because obviously, like at the beginning of the stream, we might be like, all right, yeah, you know, talking. We
I
don't
can
want
just make another voice channel.
what Discord.
Yeah. Okay, so we're up on D Live.
There must be a better way than that. It has to be, because I don't think that. Yep, I can hear that one. Oh, thanks for tuning. Oh, made a new video of ours. Yep. Oh, I'm getting confused. I've got multiple things. There we go. Cool. Yeah, it seems to be working.
Yeah, I know. I have way too many tabs, like Matt Jarbo levels of tabs. All right. So yeah, we can. I actually talked to a musician friend of mine. He is a very
big guitar mate.
Yeah, he's a guitar player, but he owns a music studio, so he does all kinds of stuff. But in the metal version of the Killstream theme,
Something unique, but something along those lines.
Yeah, I said you know don't rip it off or anything. But these are two very successful.
I mean, like it's hype.
I love it.
Let me think. Because is there not something? Because obviously play whatever song, starting song.
Right.
Like stream starting soon.
We'll have to repeat because I'm thinking the actual intro song or whatever will only be like.
Oh no, because it's gonna. Will it get copyrighted?
What? Oh well, that's another thing. It's like I'm not necessarily.
Which I think is pretty hype. It's the Cyberpunk 2077 theme. I think that's pretty epic.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think it's
Can
just.
you hear me typing? Is it called Hyper?
Well, it might have a name. But
okay.
It's a 5-minute song, but you don't have to necessarily. I could cut it down actually.
Okay, yeah. If you just want to give me a timestamp, a little 3, 2, 1 type thing. You know, if you want to listen along, you can.
All right, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, 2 seconds.
Yeah, no, take your time. Let's see, I'm gonna actually put up the Discord overlay and stuff.
Same video, 5 minute 50.
Yeah, is there like a car?
Yeah. Okay. Do the 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1, go.
Personally. Yeah, exactly. I don't think, the people who really like proper hardcore bass stuff, like ISIS killing. Yeah. Like this song. But even like, I'll just stop for there. About a minute, I could probably, if I took that video, I'll fade it out. That's probably the best thing just for now, until.
Nice and soft. Cool.
Yeah, it's just something hype. It's just something off the top of my head, but I love it, man. I play it far too often. I don't know. I'm not normally into
I like some EDM. I can get down on that. Yes, they had one good song called ISIS, ironically. And then
I'll tell you what, one of my favorites is I do like weird stuff, because I like stuff like chill step.
Yeah, that's good.
Like one of my, because this is again from another video, spicy video, but the actual song that's on it just goes so well with it. But I love it. What's going on?
Oh, I like theater mode for this. Yeah, that's good. Alright, let's see. I don't want to get too much into the stuff we have prepped for tomorrow. Let me
no.
Take a gander on what's happening right the fuck now.
The Great Magnet? No.
Yeah, it's like a Dick Show meme. They're just like, whenever anything goes there. Yeah, the Great Magnet. It's pretty good. I appreciate the Great Magnet.
Okay.
Place at the Nicolette Mall in Minneapolis.
You looking at Memology 101?
Quarantine Coof, actually. Dream. Boy, I'm gonna have to get more coordinated at this.
What's going on here? Minneapolis is under a new wave of riots. Looting's over nothing. This guy killed himself, yet the police is getting the blame.
Man, Minneapolis. Here, this is what I had seen. Yeah, they're yelling. It's you know, demographic you would expect, unfortunately. Looks like this Target sells flowers though. It's like one of those fancy ones.
Alright. Quantity coup, yeah.
Yeah, it was posted 16 minutes ago.
Oh, come on, 9 minutes ago. Police and feds are taking contestants by force out of the cars into an unmarked vehicle.
Here, let me see if I can get a. This is what I should have done from the beginning. It's in the in the general.
Oh shit! Sorry, I've got shit all over. I need to.
I know, bro. I'm like, I need to just navigate URL. What is with it? Yeah, Naraxis? He's a great supporter of the kill stream. With the pertinent question, is that another Target? What is it about Targets and car lots that have Antifa so riled?
What? Why? Yeah. What is it about Target? Because obviously we don't have Target. So what is a Target? What? I suppose it's just a normal supermarket, isn't it?
Yeah. So basically a lot of times Walmart, right? You guys have Walmart?
No, we called Asda, but I'm pretty sure that it is just a British version of Walmart.
I gotcha. Yeah, so Walmart is like your Asda. I'm gonna turn this shit off. It's Walmart is typically associated with, very poor people, kind of like they're open 24/7. So there was this ridiculous, or just really sloppy or doing something disgusting. So Targets a lot of times are in a pretty close proximity to a Walmart. I would imagine is just like a slightly upgraded version of Walmart. The prices are a little bit higher, but they always keep it really clean and stuff. Walmart, you can always imagine just like a white floor that's just scuffed to hell with shopping cart wheel marks and all kinds of stuff like that. But the one of the biggest differences that I can perceive in the Walmart/Target things are the employees. Walmart employees do not give a shit. They don't care about anything. I've never seen a Walmart employee hustling to go somewhere. But Target, they wear khakis and nice red shirts. They're all, pretty nice. Target opened up a grocery case video.
It's definitely an American thing, because it is slightly weird to me that, because in the UK we have like Asda, we have Tesco's. I know Tesco's tried to come to America, but I think it failed. And then we have Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's. They're just supermarkets. There's no sort of, they're just different versions. But then I suppose you have like Aldi and Lidl, which are like your budget supermarkets. But
those are more
a lot of people
grocery stores. Like, people go there pretty much exclusively to buy food, whereas Walmart and Target, they have clothing and electronics, and it's more of a department store. And
well, that is a bit strange then, because like ours would be like Asda, and that Asda, Sainsbury's, and Tesco's will do clothes and stuff like that. computer games, whatever, but their main focus is groceries. And the only thing that I can think of in comparison is that we used to have something called Netta,
I
but
mean,
that was pure grocery.
they
So
they kind of have something like that. Like, oh, that's a Walmart shirt, or that's, those are Walmart. So Walmart it carries a particular brand of shoes that their whole design element look like shit.
that's the same with a lot of things. They copy them, don't they? But by the way, can you hear this? 3, 2, 1. Did you hear anything then?
No, I think. Yes, yes. So but when you see those, someone bought them at Walmart and they were only like $18. They're just, it's funny.
It's just another. I know it's nothing really to do with anything as such, but like mocking people for going to a grocery store. I mean, I understand.
Actually, I never thought about it. Was on Twitter. I posted it in the general.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
can
them,
notice the the types of people that are. It's a little more expensive.
I was gonna say it looks fine to me. It just looks like a normal supermarket.
Yeah, Target is actually in the upper echelon of
Okay.
so it's a big big attractant for them. They have a pharmacy too, both places, Walmart and Target. So
But,
there's
like,
depending regionally where you are. Like, I know California, for instance, they have like Whole Foods. Whole Foods is a really that you're saying, and I don't want to give too much about my locale, but
It's probably Waitrose.
so let me see about this.
No, it's just very odd because obviously, America has its race problem, and then obviously class comes into it. But I think it's just like when you look at America, you can see why it's so divided. There's so many different lines.
It is a proxy, not necessarily for the class. That's kind of, that's probably why Antifa co-opted BX.
Which is mental. Was it you who said the other day? Was it you? It might have been when we were talking the other day, and it's a really good point. Is that people like Jeff Bezos and stuff like that? Well, they're not going to say, "Oh, it's the rich," it's all this money, because then they're coming for them. So instead, they make it about race.
Oh, for sure, for sure. And do you know how? I was gonna tell you before we leave the grocery store topic. There is another class of grocery stores that is our store where everything is $1, called Dollar Tree. But what's more common is what's called a Dollar General, but with only and they also sell clothes, but they're gilded, that kind of thing.
Yeah, our versions are called Poundland and Pound Stretcher.
Yeah, industry, which I think we do, but it was always capped at 24.99%. Like, they couldn't charge more than that, and even that is ridiculous. It doesn't even make sense.
A lot of people fell into that trap. I actually know somebody who fell into that and got himself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, well, the crazy thing about that is the documentary that I watched about it. People were
Well, if it's a private debt, like to a company, okay, they'll send you letters and stuff like that, but you never have to. You know what I mean? They might send bailiffs eventually, but you don't have to let them in. But I think in America, they can literally start taking stuff off you.
It's unlikely. It would have to be worth getting in a lawsuit over. For them to take.
Yeah.
Things like that will more negatively affect your credit more so than them actually trying to retrieve goods, unless it's in the amount of maybe like a vehicle or something like that. They may try and they would have to the rich people. So
No.
it's 11 days.
Right.
So, do you know how many days are in 1,000 days? So.
Oh yeah. So you're talking about the jump from like a million to a.
His net worth.
And
That
this is
amount
why.
of money.
Yeah, and this is why when I say I do have a bit of leftism in me, because I person like Jeff Bezos making that amount of apart from fuckers like them.
Well, yeah, only the small businesses lost money. Everybody else that had a drive-through basically didn't. I'm a pretty big free market guy, so I think people should be able to do whatever they whatever they want. But and you know, I think they can hire accountants to where you don't have to pay taxes. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. They'll figure out how to either lie and put options that they can do to get away with not paying taxes. They'll funnel money through 501c3s and other like tax exempt organizations. I fucking paid. If it were like the percentages were matched, it would there wouldn't be an issue. The wealth would get redistributed.
I technically believe it.
It's not how it was intended to go, and like this is why I think the rise of people wanting socialism, it's like adopt to where it's all the way socialist, and they take everything and distribute it equally, which is
But
also flawed.
we know who to blame for the free market not being free.
Yeah, well, it's early yet. What they bought and what they spent their money on, that is our money to begin with, our taxes.
Parliament,
members
yeah,
of Parliament, yeah.
And the lords as well, who get paid £300 a day just for turning up.
They have a law firm because they only work 180 days. Congress is in session. You know, that could be totally wrong, but
You have to declare it. If Cameron's missus own loads of cannabis farms and stuff like that,
yeah,
and they rail against.
even cannabis had an industry, and they had complete control over that industry, and they realized that if to bribe lobbying industry, you know, is trying to convince the politicians to do one thing over another, got it passed into law that, you know, marijuana are fucking automatic guns.
Well, do you know who one of the big what? Okay.
I don't, dude. You'd think I would know that.
But it's crazy. But think about that.
The UK is?
Yeah.
I know you
How
guys
does that
don't
make
even
any
have
sense?
that much land. There's probably just not a lot. Well,
Yeah, but we're not. But it's illegal and stuff like that.
that's- which is a total scam, as I already know. But dumb fucks in 2020 are out spending $100 on a bottle of CBD vape juice. CBD is a scam, unless, first of all, you have to know that it may help inflammation. You know, if you have like sore joints or something like that, if you're an athlete and you work out, and I don't really notice anything from it.
Well, I need a bit of THC with my CBD.
An energy drink. I got a bad habit with energy drinks.
Oh, I don't like them personally.
Good, yeah, stay away
Just don't
from
like
them.
the taste. We have Rockstar here, yeah.
Man, you gotta look for this for me. If you have it, you have to buy some for me. It's called Revolt Black Cherry. 240 milligrams of caffeine per day. And, my God, the flavor was so great. It was perfect, and they discontinued it, bro.
What's it called again?
It's called Rockstar Revolt Black Cherry. But it's just like, it's a gray camo. I'm gonna pull that shit up on Google. I'm serious. So, after they discontinued it, this gas station all of a sudden had a bunch. And they just pulled them all off the shelf.
Yeah, I think the main ones I'd say are Monster, Rockstar, and Red Bull.
Cook's Food is YouTube of a Rockstar Revolt Killer Black Cherry energy drink review. But he's quite the looker.
Definitely dropped in daylight then.
Yeah, the stream's still up on my end, so it's just my. Okay, I'm gonna refresh it real quick.
It's fine. You need to get a cable, mate, because obviously.
Damn, dude, do you think?
Live. But tomorrow, like I said, I'll be on early. By the way, I forgot with everything going on with the fucking Rua going on. I've got tomorrow off, and I've got the next day off anyway because I'm having a long weekend. So I'll be on tomorrow.
And see how it is, but it's just the lack of Ethernet.
If it is an issue, though, yeah, I would. The D-Live stream is more important than the YouTube stream.
It is, but it's accurate.
How things change. Yeah, that's fine.
But yeah, there's the Rockstar. The can of Rockstar is on the stream. Let's see if it populates.
Whoa, Kimosabe.
Oh, is that loud?
No, no, whoa, Kimosabe.
Oh, did you see who I was referring to earlier? He's over there in the left.
Um,
But yeah, that's what it
I
looks
mean,
like. That is the best energy drink, my guy.
I don't know.
So a can of Monster usually has 160 milligrams, and this has 240. So it's
Uh,
I'm gonna say, yeah, you
like,
guys are all teed up all day.
I'm not really a fan of coffee at all. So
Yeah, I drink coffee.
in the morning, I
Are vapes banned in the UK?
no, because they banned like Juuls and that over there, didn't they, or something?
All selling, all selling basically knockoff Juuls, but with fruity flavors in the Juuls. Yeah, they could or what have you. They all stopped selling them, the flavored ones. But smaller stores still carry. You can't sell individual coils anymore. You have to sell them in packs of 5. But it literally never stopped. My vape shop sold them in packs of public. They would only sell 5 packs, but that stopped happening pretty quickly.
I think maybe this is taking a bit too.
See, and then I mean, if they endorse them to, I mean, the only thing they really endorse is the carding thing. I have heard stories of people.
In the UK, like, no, it doesn't happen pretty much, because if anybody gets caught, you get fucked, and rightfully so.
I think here they're actually pretty lenient. I think like a $500 fine, and the third time it's like $1,000 fine, and if it happens again after that, they might revoke.
Laws don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I wasn't even 18, I would buy alcohol, which the alcohol age here is. I'd say to them, I lost it. It's in the mail. And this was the funniest thing. They'd go, "Are you sure?"
Well, I used to work at a local supermarket called the Co-op when I was like 14, 15, and we used to go, and you can kind of, like, to me, like 21 for drink. Probably a good thing, maybe, but who follows that? Surely. Because I've seen all the American Pie films and things like that.
Yeah.
Everyone's bloody drinking anyway, aren't they?
No, don't know anybody that goes to college that doesn't get hammered a lot.
Yeah. So it's almost seems, I don't know. I think it's
Not going to make it 18. Just make it 25. Do the thing that's based in science. Alcohol is
it's called age check 25 or whatever. So basically, if you look under the age of 25, you will be
right. The brain completely is developed, and there's no more plasticity.
This is this all health and safety car. At the end of the day, human beings have drunk fucking alcohol for thousands of years.
Yeah.
That's rite of passage for everyone, and it always has been.
Yeah, I guess I should specify drinking heavily is a poison. I feel drinking in moderation.
Half a pint of stout or ale at least, once or twice a week, that actually helps your it's like a good bacteria.
Yeah, I don't know. Alcohol is I don't know if it's the same in European country, and you have your parents' consent. You're allowed to drink from 14, I think.
Yep, in the UK, if you're having a meal in a restaurant, you're allowed to have an alcoholic beverage with it.
Well, that's nice. 14. I feel like that. See, the consequence of this in the United States, the drinking age being that high, is it's like such a taboo. They're like, oh, we got to do it all real fast, and that's very dangerous. In terms of not necessarily.
Right. When I was probably up in Greece.
Oh, cool.
One night near the end of the holiday, my father was like, "Do you want a drink?" I was like, "Oh yeah. Okay, what do you want? Pick any cocktail you want." And I love Baileys because I'd had it at Christmas or that. So I got B52, which is like Baileys, and I can't actually remember what it is now, like whiskey and stuff or whatever. So I had one, and he was like, "Do you want another one?" Or whatever it was.
That's
right?
tasty.
And then when I joined that, he was like, "Do you want another one?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
He was trolling you, son.
Yes, he was. He was testing me, and and then eventually I got so fucking drunk.
Oh man, you mixed all those liquors.
Yeah. He carried me to bed, put me to bed. He says, "Have you learned your lesson?" And I went,
Oh.
"Yeah, I'm never drinking."
There's a pretty big motorcycle scene in the United States, basically anywhere that there's good weather. And I went to this bike festival.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, the way you can tell, I'll educate you a little bit because I actually was kind of into the whole MC world. I didn't join in it. Back of the vest, there will be a top rocker, which is a curved thing with
A what? Sorry, a
It's-
top rocker.
rocker. I'll pull it up on stream, but they'll have it's a curved label of the name of the motorcycle club, and then they'll have a logo in the middle, and then they'll
Oh,
have
like some,
here's MC, and then it has to have
Yeah.
the logo, the picture logo, and the MC is typically on the left of the logo, if I'm not mistaken. They're either in a motorcycle gang or they're really, really posing, which people can get killed over that type of thing.
why the one?
They had an article get released, and it said 99% of motorcycle riders, what they call them,
I mean-
one percenters.
I mean, I have to say, like Sons of Anarchy, I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Yeah, so no. I'm having trying.
Nowhere near the level. I mean, there are. I wouldn't compare them to the American Hell's Angels.
It's all over.
Cool.
Uh,
It's like a different world.
Yeah,
like
I
to
posted
us.
place. I can't even remember what I was talking about, but I went to a motorcycle festival and there were LARPers. So I was with the similar thing happened to me. I was with a coworker of mine who was 30 years older than me, and I was 18 or 19. $30. Just let me get drinks off you all night long. And he goes, "Okay, I'll buy you as many drinks as you want, but you have to match me. Homemade liquor. It's usually like
Moonshine, yeah.
100 proof, so not insane strong, but
But it was more ethanol. I've never had moonshine, but I thought it'd be more basically like ethanol at that point.
yeah, they have like just straight add some sort of flavor element into it. Cinnamon
You
is
do
very
it with-
popular.
You can do it with potatoes as well. I'm sure that's how the Irish did it, like potato. I'm not sure. I'm not sure on that. I'm not a drinker.
Potato
so-
vodka, yeah. But if I was smart, I would have said spiced rum and Sprite. That is the drink. That's my drink of choice if I do drink. A Philly cheesesteak or something, and I threw that up. People, way more advanced partiers than myself. But I shared a little bit with them and smoked, and I think that's what held me over. And I went back to my coworker's house and just crashed. And what's crazy is I had no hangover the next day. I thought I couldn't even take.
That's part of learning, part of growing up. I bet you knew from that point on to take it a little bit more easier.
Shit, or stick to brown.
Yeah, we have Jack Daniels. I used to drink a lot of Jack Daniels. At a party, I once passed out and my parents had to come pick me up.
Oh,
That's what I was gonna say.
Episodes, or is it a movie?
Well, no, there's a TV series. There is movies as well, but there was a TV series.
Right,
It's just
yeah.
funny. It's a bitter, please, and he's like ID. Oh, well, we're clearly blah blah blah. And then they're like, oh, can we have 4 Sunday dinners and 4 pints of bitter, please?
We should make that a law in the U.S. If you're eating, you can have 1 drink if you're not 21. I feel like that would curb that whole binge drinking issue that we face.
A good lesson to learn. I think if you hit that limit early enough, I think you can. Well, I suppose it depends on the person.
I don't know. Unless I'm drinking constantly, I have to drink for about 3 hours, party games, drinking style, to get pretty wasted and have it last for a while. But I rarely get hungover. I don't booting when I need to.
I can hear, just letting you know, I can hear you talking in the background. But I can't hear it, but you can just slightly hear somebody talking, if you know what I mean.
Man, I got a good question for you. Have you ever had roommates?
I wouldn't say anything crazy. They're just unreliable and waste of space, really.
My best roommates have been unreliable waste of space, dude.
Just when it comes down to when I was younger, obviously when I left home at 16 and sharing with other people and just like relying on people to come up with rent and stuff like that and mess about.
So let me let me tell you a tale of me. I was working. I was on Snapchat one night, and my friend from high school said, "Hey, I've got a room for rent. It's real. It was real cheap for the air here. There's no mailbox. You just have to pay rent to us, and we'll pay it to the landlord. Yada yada. Work out, and he's got an old Jeep. Work on his Jeep and stuff. Hang out, do whatever. So." This was the first time I had lived in a house for a while, not an apartment, so I could play music and do all kinds of shit. I mostly just played Xbox the whole time I was there. So a couple days after I get all the way moved in, I just broke up with my girlfriend. I'm moving out. And I said, oh, shit. I go, well, is the rent going to go up any? He goes, no, you're fine. The rent's the same. I knew him for years, but I have no idea about this woman. So he moves out. I see him from time to time now, but not really. I was expecting to bro down every night and stuff. A little bit, but anyways. So, you
can't be a baker around those.
No, dude. She starts dating another girl that is...
Well, a girl?
Yes, that is... Got to be a little bit of a shitty feeling. But she was just kind of wild. They would go to the same bar every Friday and do the same shit with the same people. And this girl ate Do you guys have Domino's pizza?
Yeah.
She would eat buffalo chicken Domino's sometimes unrefrigerated, just letting it sit out. But she was like a vet assistant, so she's pet sitting for people, which I didn't really mind, because funny story, I actually ended up bringing a raccoon to that house because I was babysitting a raccoon. Follow you around. They like wash their food before they eat it.
Oh, did they? That's
yeah.
cool.
He liked grapes a lot, and for some reason, I don't know why he liked doing
that. I did watch a YouTube channel.
I'd get one that was a baby and raise that same raccoon. A couple months later, didn't recognize me. I couldn't even get near it. They're big rats.
Well, that woman sounds like that song. What's that song called?
Talk about it in real life. It's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm just done. It's like, let's make a plan to rectify the work and stuff, and then when you get home...
There's a difference between a strong, independent woman and
that was
definitely
bitch. That was definitely facetious. She was just kind of like an alpha lady. Like, that's the best way for me to explain it. She was pretty
Have you heard this song?
Remember what it's about.
That sort of woman.
Yeah, you could.
That's not strong.
Similar.
That's not a strong, independent woman. That's a broke.
She was pretty dependent. But so this girl had a friend, and
oh god, you're getting ganged up on,
dude. So she's dating a guy. When she moves into the lesbo zone, it was pretty good looking. That was dating my friend, but her friend is like, it's tough to say, but it might be one of those man. But I gotta call it how I see it. Anyway, she moves in. She's dating a guy. It's all pretty normal. She breaks up with attending with 4 to 5 females at a time sometimes, running all through the house, drunk. No, I didn't. I was of time. Well, here's the thing. I was a good boy. Here is not to say that there weren't chances. I'm tempted to say I should have. I know I could have, but I did not.
It probably wouldn't have been worth it.
Not at all. The person that I'm with now before that whole situation. So there was at least an element of stability in my life. Sorry to interrupt you.
Sorry. She just sounds married. Like she's attention.
the attention-seeking part of it.
Right when you said that one.
Almost like our trap's gay question, though, because the woman that she dated looked just like a dude. There is a specific type of wire clippers that we have in the U.S., and they're just, industry name for them are dikes. So, funny enough, that girl that she was dating was an electrician. There's an archetype building here. But anyways, I was putting a ceiling fan up in the house with her, or him, whatever. And I needed those. What do you call those? And she goes, dikes. And I go, okay, thank God, because I don't even know what they're actually called, and I need them. But, you know, I wouldn't emerge from the other end of the fight unscathed. This rich dude who's got a boat. That's what all her social media is, her on that boat.
I'm shocked.
Oh, a good 60 to 70% older than her.
When I have discussions with normies and stuff like that about stereotypes are true.
Oh yeah.
Like a stereotype of whoever, you know, whatever it may be, they are true. That's still way too old. I mean, that is a stereotype.
It is. It is. I don't know. They get along well.
Yeah, maybe she does, but I would also say all that time she was.
Her door, it's off the porch. So I got into the habit of just whipping the curtain past and walking in. And I walked in one time and she was.
That's.
We just mutually, all three of us, pretended like it never happened. Would have been a little different. But, you know, one kind of looked like a dude, so it was just like a less gay. Like, was she really a lesbian? Because it seemed like she was attracted to the male qualities of that individual.
Lesbians don't exist.
Yeah, I don't know. The G-spot is in the anus of the man.
We're going to argue about science and what about gender dysphoria and mental illness and stuff like that.
Mental illness is a science. Behavioral studies. I know, it's interesting how.
When it comes to gay people, this is my theory behind it. I believe, obviously, sometime either before birth or they still human beings in the gender dysphoria. Because it's not natural, mate. You can talk about G-spots in the air and all stuff like that, but it's and I do fully. So let's take an obvious one like Milo Yiannopoulos, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is as gay as you get, right? Nothing's going to change that. Whatever happened to him, whether it was when he was born or as he was abused as he got older, it changed something in him. He is gay, right?
Sure.
Can't argue with that. Should we celebrate it? Should we even talk about it? Should it be hidden away? Like it used to be that gay people used to do their thing. There was a time in like the 70s, 80s, it's acceptable. And it's surprisingly, those numbers are shooting up constantly. And I think a lot of them are being twisted, brainwashed, or probably still being abused. And I just don't think it should be. It should not be on the same level as a heterosexual relationship.
Yeah. So even legally, well, and I mean, the argument can be made that if a government legalizes it, then it could technically be seen as an
way past that now. This happened. This is already. The problem is we're talking about this after the fact.
Sure.
The normalization part of it, the active measures, have already been done and dusted at this point. I don't think there's any way we can turn it back unless there's a flag called the Big Igloo, didn't they? I didn't even realize that.
I think so.
Kind of funny.
I really don't think the government should be involved in marriage at all.
I agree with that.
You know, I don't need a piece of paper from the government. I've never supported gay marriage, but one reason I can empathize with them is that, you know, there'd be situations where your partner or whatever would get injured and then you wouldn't be able to see them before they died because you're not technically family, or insurance reasons. It's, you know, more cost effective to insure a spouse. Just
Yeah, and this is why I
weird
say
technicalities like this.
civil partnership. I think is fine. I think that would, like I said, they
Human.
they and I might use certain words and yes and all that, but they are human.
I'd like to get into that whole thing. The Australians, see what. Well, I know like the South Africans didn't white.
Just further north. Was it the Zulus or
I
whatever?
think
Might be
something along those
yeah.
lines.
And they fought over there now are just as much immigrants as the white people. It's just that the black immigrants just happen to come from the same continent.
Oh, I've seen the Southern Dingo tweets. And
that serves them right, or because it happens elsewhere. But it's one place in the world where white people live in abject,
right,
which is
well,
not
it's
saying
weird.
white people should be like should automatically not live in poverty, but having an issue. But for some reason, it seems to be accepted.
Yeah, and it's
So
and you
they'll
can
just
see
call
like
it
the
because-
politically stuff like that to try and basically
remember-
shift the attention away.
Exactly, but Zimbabwe, whole country on the brink of absolute. Now they offer if you're to come farm there.
Especially food, pretty complex.
Really, that's why I want in the west, because that'll be where.
I'm sure there's resources other places.
You go to any and pretty much any of like the you know where you can actually grow, obviously not the Sahara, but like those places where it has all it. It's
cool
still,
the diversity of Africa.
Prob-
Africa. I hear that the beaches
South Africa there.
here, I just wouldn't feel comfortable, especially internationally.
It's just not happen because.
I just think that.
But you do have quite a wide variety of climates in America, so do
Oh,
you really
dude,
need to go,
I would totally explore America, but
like to go one day?
yeah, you should. I hear Minneapolis is pretty nice.
Yeah,
Up.